What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii and I'm back again here to bring you guys yet another video, and today I am glad to bring you some more One Piece Treasure Cruise news. Now, this is actually not updated on the application yet, however, I think in the next couple of days you guys should be seeing a notification on there on a brand new SUGOFEST coming to us on the global version of One Piece Treasure Cruise, where we will have brand new characters to recruit in Rare Recruit. As you can see on screen right now, this is the screenshot that was actually posted on the official One Piece Global Treasure Cruise Twitter account, saying that there are new characters and a new generation. Now, if you guys are fans of the One Piece universe, you guys know who exactly these people are. These are not all, but some of the supernovas within the One Piece world. Now, I'm going to be going through all of these units that will be available throughout this SUGOFEST. Well, basically only the ones that have been announced. As you can see on screen, there's only been 5 announced. However, there might be more announced closer to the release date of the SUGOFEST, or we might be getting another SUGOFEST in the future where we'll get another injection of characters such as the rest of the supernovas. So anyways, without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So there's no real particular order that I am going through. These are basically the order that I really want to get these characters, because these characters are absolutely insane, and I cannot believe that these were announced, especially one in particular, which is the first character that I'm going to show, which is Trafalgar Law. Now, for your information, guys, all of the stats, captain effects, and special abilities, and even the names of the units are all of the evolved units. So if you guys get these and you notice that they have different stats or different captain effects, it's basically because this is the evolved form of that unit. So without further ado, here is Trafalgar Law with his evolved form called Room. Now, his captain effect is pretty decent, 2.5 times boost of attack to Dex characters, which is pretty decent. And his special ability is also really good for Dex as well. Dex orbs are kept and randomizes all other orbs to food, combo, or Dex. So it's a really good utility unit for dexterity teams. You know, along with Ashura or Mihawk, this can be an absolute amazing unit. I think he's also a slasher as well, which makes it absolutely insane. So you can run him in Dex or slasher teams. However, a lot of slashers are Dex units anyway, so that can be kind of a problem. You want to balance that out a little bit. But nonetheless, Trafalgar Law, one of the best units out of this bunch of units coming out in the SUGOFEST, and definitely one that I will be trying to recruit for. Now, going on to the next character, we have Killer. Now, the character Killer Slaughter Warrior is such an amazing name. He's such a cool character in the show. And nonetheless, he is an amazing unit in the game. It's kind of a weird unit that we really haven't had before. As you can see by his stats, you see that his recovery is 0 at level 1, and it gradually goes down to minus 200, meaning that if you do pick up a food slot through playing the game, you actually get 200 shaved off of your recovery, which is, it is kind of a loss. However, he does make up for it with an amazing captain effect. So you get 3.5 times boost of attack, which is the most of any unit in the game if the first 3 combos were less than good. So basically you have to spam the first 3 characters of your crew, and then all of the other characters in your crew, all the other units in your crew, will get a 3.5 times boost of attack for the rest of that turn. So it is kind of a trade-off. It's kind of like a pseudo Gear Luffy, but kind of better, because it is like a quick unit. But yeah, as I said, it does have kind of the same effect as a Luffy, but in like the opposite way, if you get what I mean. And its special ability is makes your HP go to 1 and deals times 80 killer base attack damage to a single target. So it's a single target attack, which is kind of bad. It is, you know, really good to have the multi-target special abilities. But if you think about it, he's going to be dealing 80,000 damage at least if you have him at maxed out. So 80,000 damage is huge to one unit, and especially if it is to a strength unit, you'll be dealing more damage as well, because the quick units do have the advantage over the strength characters. Anyways, moving on to the next unit now, we do have Basil Hawkins. Now, the rest of these units now aren't really the best of units, but they are still cool nonetheless. Like, who doesn't want a supernova in their crew? These supernovas are so cool. Here we have Basil Hawkins, the evolved form called the Magician. Now, as you can see, these stats are pretty decent, kind of average. His captain effect, reduce incoming damage by 40%, but lowers your recovery by 80%. So he kind of helps with stalling if you really need to try and stall up for specials. Reducing incoming damage by 40%, you know, you might think 40%, that's not too bad. It isn't too bad. However, there are other units such as Smoker, and Alvida that do have a lot of damage reduction, and I think that they might be a little bit better than Basil Hawkins, but nonetheless, he is a really great intelligent unit to have on your team. If you need a filler unit, he would slot in quite nicely, and his special ability is all enemies' HP is reduced by 10% and halves the defense by 50% for 3 turns. So if there are those units that do have that higher defense, it is really good to spam this special ability to reduce any defenses that they might have, and also reduce their HP by 10%. So it really helps when grinding down bosses with a lot of defense. And one that comes to mind immediately was Alvida. When Alvida was out, her defense was so high, and you had to use defense reduction such as Beppo special with his resentment doll, which made the defense go to 0 for a turn, which is absolutely crazy. So this does help if you need that defensive breakdown of a enemy unit. So anyways, let's move on to the 4th unit that we have here, which is Rudy. Now, Rudy is kind of on the lower end of the Supernovas. He's a pretty cool character in the actual series of One Piece. However, he doesn't really make up for it in the game. As you can see, his stats, they're kind of the same as the other Supernovas. They average around, 2k health and about 15k attack, and about that same recovery there. He is a Psi unit, so if you really need a really strong Psi unit, he would slot into a Psi team quite nicely. And also impact teams, because he is an impact unit, and all of his captain effects and special abilities do have something to do with impact units. So as you can see, his captain effect is 1.5 boost HP of impact types and double the attack of impact types. So really good captains if you don't have really good impact captains. However, there will be another Supernova coming out soon. Captain Kid, who is another really great impact captain. So this and Kid would be a great team when Kid comes out soon enough. And his special ability of Rudy is for 1 turn, the times 1.5 attack boost for impact types, and attacks a single enemy with his just general attack, which is 1343 at max. So he's kind of like a pseudo Dial Usopp, where he can just boost your units for a quick turn, get some quick boost off. It really helps when you're trying to grind down those bosses, and when they get down to 20%, they start spamming specials and stuff like that. This is really good just to finish them off and get them done really, really quickly. So anyway, that is going to be Priest Rudy. And moving on to the last unit that will be coming out in this next SUGOFEST is Beppo. So here we have Beppo the Monk. Honestly, in my opinion, he's kind of the worst characters out of the lot of characters that we have coming out in this next SUGOFEST. However, he is still a new unit. He is still kind of cool. As you can see, his stats, they're probably the worst, aside from recovery. They're kind of the worst of all of the Supernovas that will be released. His captain effect isn't really that good either. It's just 1.5 times boost of HP, attack, recovery of brawler types. So he's kind of like a Zeph. He's kind of like a Chef Zeph, where he gives you a boost of brawlers. However, Zeph gives you 2.5 times boost of attack, while Beppo gives you 1.5 boost of every stat. So it is kind of cool. You might be able to utilize it in some way if you have 2 Beppo captains and a whole bunch of brawlers. You could probably do something really cool with that team, but it just isn't strong enough. It doesn't have enough damage output. That's the thing. His special ability makes Psi and intelligent orbs become strength orbs, which is really, really good. A really good utility unit for strength teams. And his dex and quick orbs become empty for your team. So it is kind of, luck of the draw with his special ability, because you might get orbs that are really, really good, another time you might get them that are really bad, so you never know. I think it could be used in strength teams, maybe, or in brawler teams, maybe. He is kind of the worst unit, as I said. So anyways, that is going to conclude this video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and if you guys have, make sure to smack the hell out of that like button below, because this did take quite a long time to edit all up together. I hope you guys did enjoy, as I said, and if you guys want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise news and more One Piece Treasure Cruise videos, then make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.